You're tuning in to the Soft and the Savage.
The podcast that gives you the sugar and the sting. I said,
Say it sweet.
drag it deep.
All right, y'all. Welcome back. Today is a very interesting day. We have so much to talk about. So much has happened over the last week. For starters, we're going to talk about what is going on with Miss Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
Good old Miss Gypsy Rose. You can always count on her for a story.
Chill. She is always a storyteller. She always got
Even
something
off
going on.
social media, even not even being online, you can guarantee she can bring a story.
So we're going to talk about Gypsy Rose today. We're going to also talk about Diddy. There's a viral accident that we saw that y'all got to see. Jimmy Kimmel, have you heard?
I did hear about Jimmy Kimmel being let go permanently.
Yeah.
They pulled
Nick
it.
Cannon, Maurene
Oh,
Comey, Amy Bradley, Sara Grace Patrick, and Laken Snelling. Y'all, the tea is about to be served, so I hope y'all are ready
that's
for
a lot.
this.
All right, talk fast. Got it.
In fact, y'all, grab a snack, grab a drink, and grab some holy water, because, baby, we gonna need all three. Okay?
You're listening to
The Soft
and the Savage.
So, Gypsy recently had a friend post a video and a picture where it appears to be that she could be pregnant.
Is that who posted it? Who posted that? Do you know?
Sheena.
Oh, I was wondering. I saw it, but I wasn't sure where it came from. Somebody had sent it to me, but she
It
does
does
look
look
pregnant.
AI. It does
It
look
does
like
look
AI
AI.
though, right? And her hair is also longer. Remember, she cut her hair and did that live, sobbing
Right.
about wanting to off herself. Yeah, the
Sorry, that
scandal.
is not funny.
It's not, but it's the manipulation for me. Like, yeah. So
That's
people are kind of questioning right now: is she or is she not pregnant?
You know,
I-
well, it depends. Is Ken around or is he still in rehab?
I'm still trying to figure out if she was pregnant the first time.
But then again, I don't know because I feel like Ryan's been on live all day, every day, and talking really nice about her. So when the cat's away, the mice will play.
I feel like Ryan is trying to get
Are
that
we
money.
going for a round two? Who's baby daddy this time? Oh, I'm here for it.
That's the whole thing. You really don't know. So it's like you can't even go there.
But
Like,
then again, is she pregnant because she's broke as hell? She's got no money. She can barely afford that. She can't even
well,
pay her rent.
remember, she is obsessed with pregnancy.
All
Okay,
right.
so that's what's going on with little Miss Gypsy Rose Blanchard. So we don't know
Maybe.
what's going on with that.
Right.
We also don't know what's going on with Ken.
No,
We
we
haven't
don't.
seen him in the mix at all, right?
No, but he's in rehab or not in rehab. He left her. He didn't leave her. Where's the baby?
That
That's
and
the
the
question.
other thing worth noting, I thought about this the other day. I think the whole reason why Christy was so hard up on breaking Ryan and Gypsy up was because of the way Gypsy handled her marriage while she was in prison with the
Yeah.
cookie lady and all that stuff. I think she intentionally
Yeah.
did that. Just my opinion.
I agree.
I think that's the whole reason why she was okay with messing up their marriage because
Yeah.
she's always talking about, oh, the Lord is so good and this and that, and you know what she's
Hmm.
trying to do.
Yep. The hypocrisy.
Okay. Yeah, so we already know what's up with that. There's so many questions when it comes to that, but I think that pregnancy video really had me questioning
I'm not gonna
everything.
lie. I get it's AI. They might have planted it there, but she looked pregnant in that video, though.
But what were they trying to indicate? I think maybe they just wanted people to get online and
I
talk.
was just gonna say, are they just trying to start stories so she's back? You know, because let's be real, Gypsy Rose is done. She's done for. There's really nothing else happening with her. There's nothing else. I mean, we watched the fall of Gypsy Rose in real life. She
Literally
fell,
in
she
real
died.
time.
Yeah, she's off her pedestal, and are they trying to make a comeback?
All right, so next, this is super funny. So there's a viral video going on right now, and this video has like 4 point something million views. Daily
Doesn't
News,
have that many.
yes, and Daily News posted this video.
Hit me, baby, one more time!
I don't know why I think that's so funny.
When I tell you, I laughed so hard when I saw that.
Uh,
I was hysterical. First of all, I think I
oh,
was
you
on the
can't.
phone with you, and you were like, "What's so funny?" I could not
I
even
can't.
get it out.
And honestly, we were talking about Britney Spears, remember?
Yes,
And
about
then
the.
all of a sudden you Devin, yeah,
It's
oh my
almost
god.
like my phone heard me and was like, "Girl,
Yeah,
we gonna do you one better."
I can't.
That
That
is
got me. I felt it.
hilarious, and just even the fact that she's like on the side and still just looking at the phone, like, "How did this
But
happen?"
what just happened? It hit me one more time. I
Literally.
can't.
Which it was so funny to watch. The first time I saw it, I was literally hysterically laughing. All right, so this is where stuff is getting crazy. Diddy has trial on September 25th.
Oh, really?
Okay, not trial, a hearing. The
Okay.
hearing is to try to either get a new trial or get the charges thrown out.
For under what pretenses?
So basically, his attorneys are arguing that the Mann Act was that charge was not created for the way that he's being charged. And the reason why he's arguing that is because the judge requested the prosecution to come up with other cases similar to Diddy and what extent of time did they get when they were
Right.
sentenced. Okay. Now, I think that people were thinking they would find that and only get maybe see something for like 2 years or something like that.
Uh-huh.
No, it was 8 years.
Oh, wow.
When that came back, all of a sudden, Diddy's attorneys are now trying to argue to get the whole thing thrown out or to have a retrial on just the Mann Act, not the other charges.
But now if he has a new trial though, and he could get a worse charge.
That's where I say it gets dicey because I know that the feds are holding out on something,
Right.
right?
But
So if you
I'm not gonna lie, I really thought they were. I really
no,
felt
they
like they
are.
were
I think they still are. I don't think that whatever it is that they're holding out, I don't think that they'll actually pursue it until after the sentencing.
right.
So that's just my opinion. I might be wrong. They're still doing, Kim Porter's death is still being investigated. Remember that Tupac's death.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, the guy was supposed to go to trial
I'm not gonna lie, I'm
March.
really disappointed in the way that whole thing turned out, I'm not gonna lie.
It was very disappointing. It was
Mhm. I was shocked.
here's
I didn't see that one happening.
the only reason why I could see that it possibly could have happened is because of the fact that his attorney
Mhm.
um hired someone that was a master at picking the jury pool.
Right.
And when you think about that in and of itself,
He was yeah, and he was really, what's the word I'm looking for? Intimidating to that jury, I feel like.
I think he was that, but I also think one of the biggest issues was that it was 8 men, 4 women.
Yeah, I remember.
All of the men were over the age of 40.
Mhm.
Um, and think about consent
Yeah.
and that age range,
Mhm.
right? That age range is very different. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I feel as though consent in that age range is very different,
Right. Yeah,
right?
I agree.
You're talking about an older generation that they think if you give consent, it gives flat consent,
Right.
whereas consent can change,
Uh-huh.
right? And think about the perception that his attorneys were trying to put out there. Oh, they're just gold diggers. And let's be honest, 50 Cent's
Yeah.
baby mama
Yeah.
did not help that.
No, not at all. Not at
The
all.
fact that he was still paying her rent, that
Yeah.
she did not help that case at all.
No, not at all. I agree.
She harmed that case. She
Yeah.
harmed that case so bad that, and even after, she's asking the judge to let him out early. Like
Kinda make
like
it a
what is
yeah.
happening?
Almost yeah, it was a mockery.
Yeah, honestly, it was a hot mess.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, it is what it is. So he has trial on the 25th. We'll see if
Alright.
he gets it. I,
Do you want him to get a new trial? I feel like because of the crappy trial he had, I want him to have a new trial.
no, because the prosecutor, Maurene Comey, which That's
Ah,
actually
well, we
another
could get yeah, we could go there.
topic. So one of the prosecutors that was actually handling the case, the main prosecutor, which is Maurene Comey,
Tell me.
which is James Comey's daughter, who was the original head of the FBI,
FBI. Mhm.
um, was just fired right after Diddy's trial because she was trying to handle another high-profile case with
Mhm.
allegedly political corruption.
Mhm. Yeah.
He was fired shortly after that. Now, Maureen
Interesting.
Comey is suing the DOJ, the
Mhm.
Trump administration,
Trump
Pat
administration.
Bondi, and there's some other
Well,
defendants in it.
Trump and, James Comey hate each other, right? They're not
Oh,
even
yeah, I mean, they're New Yorkers. Most
yeah.
New Yorkers
They can't
dislike
yeah.
him. Yeah,
There's like a feud there, yeah.
yeah.
So
So
that just brings it all into a big hot mess.
and she said that she received an email, and the email stated Article 2 of the U.S. Constitution, which is basically something about I can't remember the exact but it's something about the president having control over the legislation,
Legis
legislative branch. Okay,
Okay.
so it's but it didn't say anything specific in the
Mhm.
email. It just said Article 2.
Right.
Okay. So she said she didn't even have clarity on that. Now we do know it is a beef.
Right. Yes. There's a big thing there.
And so obviously that's what one of the issues are. But it's interesting to see what'll happen because if he gets a new trial and Maureen Comey's not on there, are they really going to prosecute? I
That
think
you're
if
right.
he gets a new trial and
It
she's not
definitely
the
would make
one,
it a whole lot more messy, yeah.
exactly. So that would be concerning to me, especially considering, although Trump said he wouldn't pardon him because he doesn't really support him, like Diddy
Right.
doesn't support him. I'd also think that Diddy has tea on him,
Yeah.
especially with these Epstein files and everything going on. I do think that Diddy does have tea, but Diddy knows he can't run his mouth.
Right.
He will go missing.
Right.
So I don't think that if he gets a new trial, I that anything will happen. I do think the judge does not want to see him out.
I agree. I like that. I like that judge, though. You know how my feelings on that judge.
I
I
told
really do
you.
think that he's playing by the rules. He sees it. Mhm.
So I don't think the judge wants him out, which is why I think you're not going to really see this go the way Diddy
The
wants it
way
to go because of the
mhm.
judge. I think that is going to be the main reason why you're not going to see him just I don't feel like it's enough for another trial.
Right. Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah. I don't think they're gonna give him yeah, I agree. I would just
I
like to
don't
see
think there's
another trial
enough.
with a better
Yeah,
outcome.
I do think you'll
You
see
know what I mean?
another
Like,
I think you'll see
I would like to have seen a better outcome. I think that outcome was crap.
it was, but I also think keep in mind that that trial, the time frame was only the time frame I believe between 2010 and 2018.
Uh-huh.
But think about how much time that leaves open. Remember, they requested the records from that Miami hotel dating back to 2008
They went back to
or
yeah, I'm gonna say
2004.
7.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
It was
So
yeah,
why would they request that? There's other things that I feel like they're brewing that we're not. We have an idea, but we don't
but
know. No,
they're not bringing out yet. Why are they not bringing it out yet, do you think?
the minors. Because think about it, we
Oh,
haven't
that's
really
right,
heard
that's
the
right.
minors. I think they're
Yep,
trying to make sure that's airtight, and that's why them seizing those 100 devices, I feel like it's gonna screw him over because you can't tell me there's not something in those devices. There's something in those devices, something.
yeah. I agree.
So
I
I
would
do
agree.
think we'll see as time goes on, we'll see something go on with that, but I do think that that court case for Tupac's death with Keefe D, why was it delayed for a year? And the proffer has Diddy's name
That's
over
right.
77 times.
They're
And
gonna
now
pull
they're
some
saying
magic
we
out
have
of a hat. They're gonna pull a rabbit out of a hat. Yeah.
And now they're
Yeah,
saying, "Oh, we have to do more of an investigation," which is why we put the trial off. In fact, investigate what? Because when you came to get him and you set a trial date, didn't you complete the investigation?
you would think.
You don't set a trial date if you didn't complete the investigation,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Now you're saying you have to. I think because the proffer information was released to the public because Keefe D
Yeah,
was trying to get a bond and they had to release that then.
that's right.
So
That's right.
if he didn't request a bond, that would not have came
That would
out.
never have happened. Mhm.
So
Yep.
think about that aspect of it because there have been recordings from Keefe D saying this back when Tupac first passed.
Yeah.
And you heard that recording literally like days after
Mhm.
it happened at the precinct. So they
Yeah.
can't even say they did not know. Keefe D had been saying his story had been consistent the whole time,
The whole time, yeah.
which
Oof.
is very interesting to me that I think it's just the fact that it was Diddy and Diddy has power and Diddy they weren't going to pursue Diddy.
Right.
Is the only reason why I think that happened. But let's talk about Sara Grace Patrick.
So, the discovery came out, that mountain of evidence isn't so
I
big.
already told you that
That
that was
mountain
BS.
isn't as majestic as everyone thinks it is. Because
But
when I
I
looked
already
through it,
told you.
yeah, I thought the same thing. I'm like, what evidence can they possibly have? Now, when I look through it, it looks like they have some, the majority of it is all from her phone. It's all from social media, it's all videos. A lot of it is really just going to be that. You know what I mean? They had a couple of things. They had
Yes.
some Instagram posts that looked like they had a security photo or video of something, which now they had no security cameras in their home. So I don't know what they could have there.
I think it was someone across the street.
I think that the only thing the video shows is that there were 8 gunshots. And I think that's
Exactly.
all the video is. All you could do is you can hear the 8 gunshots, which that's nice.
Which still means
That's only
nothing.
evidence if you could tell me who shot off the 8 shots.
The only thing that I'm concerned with this case, it's not the evidence that they have because I know that the evidence I don't think she's guilty, right?
Right.
It's more of the fact that she has a public defender and she doesn't have a private attorney.
Yeah, that's gonna be, I really
That's
wish
the
they could
concern
afford
for
one
me.
or there was time to get her one because but then again, I looked up her public defender and she's not too bad.
Here's the thing. No, she's not. On paper,
Yeah,
she looks good. But hear
yeah,
me out. But hear me out. When you're dealing, and I think that she would have her best interest in mind, but I
right.
want you to keep this in mind. The public defenders technically work for who is prosecuting you,
Mhm.
right? And if they want to advance in their careers, sometimes they got to throw you under the bus. And it's
Right.
just that simple. It's politics. It's
Yeah,
not, and it when it comes to trials, it's not about who is guilty or who is innocent. It's
right.
about who tells the best story. That's the only thing I'm worried about is her having a public defender.
Yeah, I
That
agree, but still, I feel like even with a public defender, they have no motive, they have no weapon, they have very little forensics. Really, the only thing they have is public opinion. How
right,
bad she looks on social media.
which is why I
So,
think they was so busy trying to sway public opinion.
yeah, I agree. I agree. They definitely pulled, like, the whole Karen Reed thing with this case. And to be completely
Absolutely.
honest with you, I really am curious to see what they got. Like, I can't wait until this trial starts because I have a funny feeling it's not gonna go as like they think it's gonna go. So, I'm sure they've been trying to pressure her to take a plea deal, but she's maintaining her not guilty status. She's maintaining her innocence. And you gotta think for a 17-year-old girl who's got a whole life ahead of her, she's facing life in prison. I mean, more than that, but she's facing at least life in prison, right? So, that's a whole lot of life ahead of her. If she if she did it, you think she's not gonna sit there and be like, "Alright, let's talk. Let me see if I can cushion that, life in prison a little bit, make it seem a little bit better. Maybe I have a chance to get out and see daylight again." This girl is maintaining her innocence, which says something to me.
Everyone that she went to school with, right, that speaks about her, they speak very highly of her,
They do. They do.
right? And the level of how highly and how sweet and how kind, and she always wants to make sure everyone's okay. And that is not
That's not really the
typical of it.
telltale sign of a psycho who turns around and shoots her mother and stepfather.
No.
Obviously 8 times, yeah.
No, and also look at the optics. They were both drug addicts,
They
right?
just yeah,
Both
they had
criminals.
serious, significant criminal and drug histories, and you
Yes.
all of that has gotta be taken into account, not because I'm sitting there in judgment or trying to victim
No, you
blame.
have to look at the optics.
However, they were held at gunpoint a week before they were murdered by their druggy friend doing drugs in their house with their
A
child.
right. And now
So,
let's really look at the optics. Let's flip it. Let's look at Laken Snelling. Everyone that has known her in the past that has came out,
oh, she's a mean girl.
yeah, like she's mean.
Yep.
She people have had to switch schools because of her.
Did she
Like
try to hit somebody in a parking lot with a car?
yes, like think about all of those things. The optics
Only
of her.
someone how the hell do you get away with that? Now you're sitting there just throwing babies in closets. Hey, whatever. But that's what again, you got away with it the first time. She's
That
definitely
part.
in the mindset of, "I could just get away with it."
And I feel like she gives that off. Remember, this girl showed up to court in a red dress and red lipstick.
Yeah, that was wild.
If that
I
doesn't tell me you
definitely
don't give a
don't thi
damn,
listen, I need you go to navy blue or black. I just or gray, just don't go to court in red. You just it doesn't give innocent, I'm just saying. She coulda
or
Googled
maybe
it.
off white to
Some
look
anything but
jealous.
red. Anything but red, because red just gives, well, demonic. It's you know what I mean? You're trying to overpower somebody.
Right. Like that's all very questionable.
Yeah,
So when you look at the difference between them two, I think that really does make you question things.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think they're vastly different.
And but I have a question with the whole 911 thing. Alright, so 911 was called, right? She wasn't there. When dispatch received the call, whoever called, and they're not saying who, but whoever called said that the baby was cold to touch, that they found the baby in a garbage bag. Now, the cold to touch means that the baby could have been there about 3, 4 hours. It's been a minute, right? What made those roommates look in that closet?
That's still the question. A- That is still the question.
She wasn't there. They found her nearby, but she wasn't there. So what made them go into her room and then go into her closet?
Maybe they smelt bleach.
It's possible, but what was she bleaching? And then it was 3 they said
I
because of the
mean, but
temperature
think
of the
about
baby.
someone had to help her with that birth.
So, they said because of the temperature of the baby that it seems like it was about 3 to 4 hours. So, 3 to 4 hours later, you decided to go check a
But she
closet?
said she took a nap too. Remember, gave birth, took a nap,
Took a nap
then
and went to
woke up
school,
and cleaned up.
and then went to school. Yeah, I just feel like what the hell made them go in there? I don't know, that's just curiosity, man. I need to know why they went in to this woman's closet. And not even that, but if you go into the closet and you see a garbage bag, who the hell goes into somebody's closet and opens up the garbage bag? Unless they knew something.
And remember, they're nursing students, allegedly.
Well, that's that right there, like, did you know something? Something had to you had to have some kind of clue. I don't know if they knew or not. I find it strange. I don't know that I would ever walk into my roommate's bedroom, open up the closet, find a garbage bag, and then open up that garbage bag. Unless you knew something,
But I also
unless
feel like
you
you're not that nosy.
no, I'm not. But, well, do people do that? Is that a thing?
Girl, there are people that are that nutty. Yes.
I feel
Don't
like
you
they
see
had to
these
have
people
known.
on the internet that act like God died and left them in charge?
Yeah, that they
Yes.
had to I feel like they had to have known. They had to have known something. Whether they were just feeling it, had a gut feeling, somebody knew something. There's just come on. Or did they watch her leave and be like, "Dude, you just dropped a whole 10 pounds on the floor? Why do you look different?" Like, I wonder if they noticed a physical change when she walked out and were a little concerned, like, "Why all of a sudden are
That
you
is a possibility.
thin? Like, why do you
That is
look
a
like half the
possibility.
size?" Because she
That is
looked
a
a chunk. You
possibility.
can see her belly. So I wonder if they didn't notice. But then again, I gave birth and I still looked 10 months pregnant, so I don't know.
But that is a possibility because she at her
Mhm.
size, you would see some sort of difference.
Yeah. And a lot of people were saying they heard screaming, but then you would intervene at that point. You don't wait till after.
Let me tell you something. If I heard screaming and my roommate would not respond or she didn't, I'm minding my business. I'm not going to your closet. What you got going on in that room is your business. Like,
But if you
I
heard someone screaming in pain, I mean, there's no listen, who has baby silent? Like, if
Me,
you
you
heard
okay?
something,
Girl, you okay? You need help? If you say you good, I'm minding my business.
I don't know, I feel like, why the hell you
I'm not
screaming?
You're not gonna say I'm good and then be like, "Let me in the door." Like, it just I mean, that's unhinged.
I guess it depends on how close you are. Because if I hear a friend of mine that I'm close with, like, I'm
I
living with
don't
you and
feel
I'm
like the
close,
roommates liked
and
her.
you're screaming, I mean, and listen, you're dropping a whole baby out, so you are making some kind of noise. And I said, "Hey, are you good?" And you went, "Yeah, I'm fine." Ah, I'm opening the door because I don't know if somebody's got you in there. It's a college, it's near a college campus. I don't know what's going on in there. Your answer didn't sound right to the situation I'm hearing. I probably would have walked in anyway, just been like, all right, I just wanted to make sure I'm taking a peek. I'll be that person though.
I I don't think
Maybe
I
not
can
if I
intrude.
wasn't so close to them, but if it was someone I lived with
I don't feel like they
and I
were
was close,
cool.
I don't, do you live with people you hate?
That happens
I,
to a lot of people with
oh,
roommates
I
in
could
college.
never. I could never. I could never. I can't. I'd be a bitch. I'm that person that I freaking hate you. I will ruin your life. I will sit right next to you. I will make noise. I will eat your food that says don't touch. Like, I will do all the things. I will do all the
Now,
things. I am the bitch. If I don't like you, I ain't living with you. Get out. I'll pay your half the rent. Leave. Find
you
somewhere else.
said I would get good and ready to think I'm coming home to my salmon, and well, Miss Ivy Rose
Mm-mm.
knows ate my salmon already,
She
and
sure
I'm gonna
did.
be
She
unhinged.
sure did. Absolutely, she did. And she drank a Diet Coke with it. Sure did. Your last one. And you know what? I'll even leave a little bit in the can and put it back in there so you're all like, what the fuck happened? And be like, I don't know who did it. Oh, I thought that was leftovers. Just
Ooh,
saying.
yeah. You
I
know
could never
what?
live with someone I don't like.
I actually had a roommate like that in college. I lived in a dormant house, and let's just say
I'd be putting air in your shampoo. I'd be dropping ink pens into the washing machine. Like, if I don't like you, I can't live with you. I'm getting you out.
I did get her out, but it was by mistake. It wasn't intentional, but it was a time to be had. Like, all right, so let's talk about Amy Bradley because I feel like things are
No,
getting crazy.
no, listen. On that case, that they're frustrating me so bad. They are frustrating me so bad. And you know what? The true crime community, I'm so disappointed. I am really disappointed in the true crime community. That's it. I said it. It is what it is. Because how can you be so dumb?
Mm,
Like, they're literally saying it without saying it, and everyone's like, "Huh? What? Yeah, sure. That makes sense. No, it's okay that you keep lying. Nobody remembers." Like, yeah, they do. It was traumatic. Like, they're changing stories. Their shoes are not out on the balcony now because, again, people don't realize. Well, why is he saying the shoes aren't out on the balcony anymore? Because it changes the perception of him being guilty. People are
but that's
starting to
why
be
I keep
suspicious
saying
of whether or
I
not they're guilty. But when you change your story to make it look like you're not guilty, that's showing guilt. You're covering your ass. And what are you covering your ass for if you're guilty?
first of all, let's talk about the lady in Curacao that you spoke to.
Jessica.
Right. She said that there had been no flyers passed out. Like what they're saying, all these flyers being
No,
passed out, Boogie ain't none of that happened.
no, no.
And they only came back to Curacao one time.
That summer, when they came back, they have not been back since for 27 years. Not since that summer. Their reasoning, it's too dangerous. Their reasoning that they never went back there to search for her.
Curacao is 20 times safer than America.
But to them, that's their excuse. But again, it's all excuses. And then they're sitting there and people are using the excuse like, well, why would they be doing documentaries if they weren't really looking for Amy Bradley? Because Netflix was doing that documentary with or without the Bradley family.
Hmm.
They were doing that documentary with or without them. And of course, the Bradley family had to steer the narrative.
Exactly.
Now, why? Why? What have we learned in past cases? Why do people need the narrative steered?
We already
Because
know.
they're guilty of something. Either they did it, something malicious, or they know something more and they're not saying it.
Hmm.
Either way, there's guilt there. And that would explain his aggression towards anybody who talks
That's the
about it being
thing.
possible.
Is the aggression is so astounding.
Yeah.
You can't make that make sense.
If you can be that aggressive towards people you don't know on the internet, what did you do to your sister when you were pissed off at her? And that's your sister. You ain't gotta pretend or act any kind of civilized. Not that his
That
behavior
part.
on social media was civilized, but then how did you act towards your
No,
sister? That raises red flags as well, your behavior.
absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. There's so many red flags when it comes to them.
yeah.
It's just, first of all, the constant collecting of money. On the Facebook page, they're trying to
27
get
years
every
straight.
member to donate $5 every payday. You
At
not a bill,
18
but you
at
trying to bill me?
18.5 thousand members. That's $92,000 twice a month. That's a racket. That's a racket. Because what have you done to search for your sister for 27 years? Nothing. Nothing. You made lawsuits that you lost because you lied in court. You collected life insurance. You collected money. Again, this GoFundMe that's got $35,000 in it is nothing new. Before GoFundMe, they were collecting money on a website. They have been collecting donations straight for 27 years. Not only that, tell me why Earl Nance, the investigator that their investigator claims went down and spoke to Goyo down in Curacao, is the one who organized the GoFundMe for them, the lawyer.
And not to mention the investigator or the police chief or whoever in the documentary, nobody has ever heard of in Curacao.
The harbor chief, the harbor police chief,
Yeah, nobody's ever heard of
Jessica,
them.
who lives in Curacao, lived there, remembers this whole thing happening, said that everybody she talks to, nobody's ever heard of that name. Nobody knows who that guy is. When you look him up, you can't find anything that's not related to Netflix or his IMDb. Nothing else. You can't find anything on him.
This is a whole lot.
Sure does. And she said he doesn't sound like he's from our area.
No,
First
he
of all, his
doesn't.
English is
He
too
doesn't even,
good. The accent is not ours. He said that he was born and raised here, but he wasn't.
and they don't speak English in Curacao. So you
No.
don't, that is not the first. It's like they speak a dialect of like Dutch and
Yep.
like a couple of different languages mixed in
Mixed
one.
in, yeah.
Yeah. Um, so it's kind of like he didn't sound, he had zero, he didn't even have a West Indian accent.
No.
Like
Nope.
that is alarming to me. So that, yeah, that was, but even just the fact that, okay, Brad was supposed to went to the FBI a week and a half or 2 weeks ago. Radio
Well,
silence.
supposedly he went and had a meeting in Washington. Excuse me. He went and had a meeting in Washington, D.C. He didn't necessarily say that it was with the FBI, he insinuated it. And when he returned, he said nothing else. He just said that the meeting went well and then spoke and made an X post about how the FBI never investigated the Scientology lead that he gave them. So that's why people are assuming that he went and had a meeting with the FBI. However, I feel like if he did, they think he's just a suspect as everybody else. That's just my opinion. And that's why he goes
And
so
he
aggressively
is.
and hard at them.
And
Everybody,
he is.
everybody involved or everybody in this story is guilty but the Bradleys. The FBI, Royal Caribbean, Yellow, all of the people, everybody, Netflix, everybody is guilty but the Bradleys.
And again, what I am going to say that I think is very odd is why did Ivor Bradley speak to Kim Kardashian and Kim Kardashian hasn't said a damn thing since or done anything?
Listen, I'm not a fan of Kardashian. I feel like
She knows
sometimes some stuff is
something.
wrong. But, I mean, is she smart enough to question it? Because anybody who really looks at this and listens to the family, let's be real, they weren't sitting there online talking about, I hope Kim Kardashian can help us get this out there in front of people and bring some publicity to it so we can get my sister or daughter's name out there and her picture just in case anybody has any information. No, what did they say? Oh, I hope she can donate some money. Of course they did.
Mhm.
Of course it was about money. And
Exactly.
honestly, the way they spoke to her, I'm sure she picked up on that. I don't know if what they did was malicious. I don't know if she just jumped and they were like, listen, she's already gone, let's make a buck. But there is scamming involved in here, whether it be the false lying as they're trying to sue Royal Caribbean for $5 million, whether it's collecting the life insurance knowing that she committed suicide. Because remember, you don't collect life insurance if there's suicide.
That would be the reason why they keep being so against the fact that she
Everything
jumped
that
off that
doesn't hold
boat.
Royal Caribbean or yes.
Mhm.
And I still feel like even to this day, pushing yellow and that narrative so bad. Now you're trying to say the shoes weren't there and that Royal Caribbean is planting evidence. I feel like they're trying to cook up another lawsuit with someone.
Let me tell you something. I'm trying to figure out if Brad is collecting all this money for
Brittany,
attorney fees
how
when
many
he gets
followers you
himself
got?
caught
I
up.
want everyone to donate $2 every payday.
Girl,
Freaking
I would
imagine.
never be
Could
grifting
you
on anyone
imagine?
like that.
That's the most insane thing I ever heard, and that's the most scammy way to put it.
And to feel so empowered to just clearly say,
To
"Look,
feel
I
so
just
de
need you to do this little
to
thing
feel
right
so
here."
deserving. And when you look at it, they feel deserving of it, which is wild because let's be real, nobody's making it about finding the truth about Amy Bradley. They're making it about coddling the family and just giving them what they want, and they're manipulating people, and it's wild. The amount of money scams and manipulation on the internet is seriously concerning.
I think after that whole Jen situation,
Oh, I can't. Don't even listen. Listen, Linda. Listen. We ain't even gonna go
that
there.
that was look,
Wait, I got one thing to say. Told you so. Told you freaking so.
and you heard now Skip over there talking to Christy.
No. Where'd that come
Baby,
from?
but that's because Jen and Christy been talking.
Stop. Well, then who said that? Haven't you said? Listen, listen. Didn't we say that Christy and Jen were talking? And everyone's like, no, why are you doing that? That's lies. You're making this up. And now she's admitting she's talking to Christy. Guess what? We told you so.
I'm like, I can't make this up.
We knew it.
Oh, what the thing that really gets me the most out of it is that she knew doing that first billboard with Gypsy on there to expose her was going to make people believe that she was going to do it. That was just to wheel people in. And she knew she had no intent of putting up billboards. She knew that, right?
Yes.
And the fact that it was obvious, like there was proof, there was screenshots, everybody seen it, and yet they were still like, "Oh no, she's trying to do it out of the goodness of her heart," and she just grifting,
I've
people
been
just giving her
yelling.
money.
I've been yelling at that woman's a scammer for freaking months.
First of all, she getting high on live,
Yeah,
dozing off. That is not somebody. Listen,
I
anybody who do drugs, you can't
I
trust with no
did.
money.
I worked 28 hours today. I woke up tired today, yesterday, tomorrow.
But that was legit
With
her.
her filter.
And she moved one right to the left, the bag start showing. Child, that was a hot mess. That was a hot mess.
Then everyone's like, "Oh, Ivory, you were right. You were right, right?" Then you bring up Naomi and be like, "She's scamming you too," and they're like, "No, she's a nice lady." And I'm like, "I didn't lie the first time. Why do you not believe in me now? You don't want to believe anything I said about Naomi? She's over there still raising money, doing the same thing."
But listen, baby, Naomi said if
So,
you can find a
ah,
horse, ride it.
oh, Jan, oh,
Naomi
Ivory, you're
said if
wrong.
I
I'm
can
on this
find a
time. I was
horse,
right. Come on.
child.
Operation
Naomi,
Possum. I'm like, oh, I can't. I can't. They're all trying to
oh,
make
you
the
can't
same
make this
law.
up.
They're all trying to make Diddy's law. Okay. They're all trying to make this law. Like 4 or 5 of them are out there trying to change the law. Dude, we already had the Son of Sam law. It goes against your amendment rights. I need you to go look it up, do some homework. Y'all can't you make up a new law. Don't just redo the ones that we already had. It obviously didn't work for a reason, but they're all out here trying to act like they're gonna make laws now and scam as they're scamming for money, and I can't even right now. Honestly, that's why I stepped back away from that niche and even talking about Gypsy Rose content because I'm like, y'all are fucking scamming, and I just can't right now. Like I can't. Just have at it. Go get scammed. I can't. I'm done. You're sitting there, all everyone's talking about Gypsy Rose is scamming, and she's trying to. They're all scamming. The whole niche is scamming. Gypsy's scamming. They all scamming.
Every time you turn around, they acting like this is church and they collecting offering.
They're passing around the hat. Put it in a boot. Like, come on.
It's honestly the most unhinged thing that I think I've seen on the internet
I
was
can't.
watching them collect thousands of dollars and just knowing.
And then first of all, could you imagine being Naomi though? You're collecting all this money. Y'all collected, what did they collect? Like 7 grand, right? Something like
Yeah.
that. Then they had to go and refund it all. Just for you to recollect it, not making your goal, which means you're what, gonna refund it again? GoFundMe is gonna be like, step back, you're banned. Get
So
away.
let's talk about Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh. So he's not on the air anymore. He only had 2 years left of his contract, and every other day that man's like, oh, I'm done. He's been on
Now,
for
let's
what,
be
20 years
honest.
now?
I do think he'll make more money on on YouTube
Yeah,
than he would
yeah.
ever make.
Right. Yeah, I
There.
agree.
Okay, let's
But
be
like how
clear.
long he's been up and running for what? 20 years we're going on?
Yeah, he'll do fine on his own.
Yeah.
And probably I'm sure he has so much money probably put to the side anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
they
he's fine.
basically censored him from saying it,
He
it
was
was
making
more of such.
comments about Donald Trump talking about Kirk and then talking about the new ballroom that they're doing in the White House, wasn't that it?
Yeah, like, kind of
Yeah.
like him overlooking, but I feel like he gave the same regard that Trump did, which
Yeah.
it kinda seemed, I don't know, weird. Like, the whole thing kinda seemed a little weird, but I will say, I think it's just I I think what a lot of people aren't seeing is take who it is and what the political beliefs are, just take that out of it and just look at the facts.
Yeah.
It's censorship,
Yeah.
and that should scare everyone. Right, that's what it is. Because when you really look at everything, right, everyone keeps talking about left versus right. But at the end of the day, it really is the people against the government. Tupac had said a long time ago, the government is the biggest mafia. And that is not a lie.
Yeah, I can
Because if
see
I
it.
keep you guys arguing amongst each other, you don't realize I got my hand in your pocket.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not really about that now. And I wish people would really see that. Like,
It's about they're doing the same thing on social media. Have you noticed you can't even mention any of that?
oh, I mean,
They're
look,
flagging, they're violating, it's all censored.
we
Yeah,
we
everything.
knew that was
I
going
feel like
to
that's
be.
are we shocked though? Because I feel like that's been I mean, it's been going on for a while.
Keep in mind what I told you the other day when everyone kept talking about like the Supreme Court's ruling and everything, what was happening. And I said, I just want you to sit and think. The government of the United States of America had to pass legislation to say you cannot own people.
Yeah.
Like, just
Yeah.
sit with it. As in, the default setting was for you to own people.
Yep.
Really, like, let that sink in. Like, when you really just think about that, just
Mhm.
literally, that's
Sit
like
with
saying
that.
you can't steal. I have to make a law that you cannot steal because the default setting is for you to
For
steal,
you to feel. Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Like, when you think about that, nothing else surprises you. You're like, oh,
Yep.
okay. It can't be a shock because if you had to create a law saying you cannot own people, like,
That's something to think about.
that
What does
just
that say?
in
His
fact, I
default setting.
actually said that to a lady in the post office because she said, I wish, things could go back to the way it was like 20, 30 years ago when everything was perfect. And I said that to her. She looked at me sh- and she was like, I never thought about that.
Mhm.
She literally, it looked like the look on her face looked like I told her mama was a prostitute.
Oh, jeez.
That's when I realized perception is everything. And
Mhm.
that's why perception is so important to even understand where someone's coming from. Even if you don't agree with them,
Right.
understanding where they're coming from, because perception is so
Absolutely.
impactful because it's based off of where they are, how they grew up, how their life has been, and the dynamics of their life. Their perception is their personal experience. So their
Yeah.
perception is not going to be the same as yours.
Mhm.
And sometimes it takes for you to say something for someone to say, oh, you know what? I didn't think of that.
Yep. Yeah, to just change your mind. Mhm.
So, you think about that. I just think about it on the grand scheme of things. You just look at that. That really kind of says a lot. And I don't know what it's going to take for us to become, I don't know. We're in scary times. I just hope everyone's safe. And I hope better for my kids and everyone else's kids. Like, these school shootings are hard to,
I can't yeah, I can't even talk about that.
like, it
I
just,
feel like
like,
that gets me the emotions are too much there for me
girl, I
as a
was
mom.
bawling my eyes out the other day
Yeah.
just looking at the
Mhm.
little boy.
I can't I know, I know.
I could not, like, I sat on the edge of my bed just sobbing. Like, just the thought was just so hard for me to think, just even as a parent,
Yeah.
like, how do you, because I'm gonna tell you this right now. If something, knock on wood, Lord, please don't ever, if anything ever happened to my babies, I would probably get a plane ticket, go to New York, and be doing crack underneath the Brooklyn Bridge and call it a
Yeah.
day until the life ends. Like, I just don't think I would function if something happened to my babies.
Yeah, I know I couldn't either. I'd be done. It'd be yeah, there's no way.
Like, I would be a
There's
hot
I
mess.
don't I think that psychologically I'd be out of it. Like, I don't think I could
Yeah, like you're
come back
there,
from
but
that.
you're not there.
I could
And
not
I
come
think
back
for
from something like
me,
that.
that's like the hardest concept is just even thinking like,
Think about as a parent, that's your every parent's biggest fear.
and even not having them, yes, that would hurt me. But just to think that my child's last moments went like that.
Mm-mm.
That
Mhm.
would tear me up. Like
Yeah.
that would and so I really feel for those parents because it's just so much. And you that's not I don't think things ever get better.
Yeah.
I think with a lot of things, everything's temporary in life, right? Like things go up, things go down, things look like it's the worst thing ever, but then you look back 10 years from now at the times you thought were the worst, they really weren't the
No.
worst. And
We've all survived our worst days, yeah.
you know, and like you think about that, but I just don't see past that,
Yeah, no.
and
Yeah,
that
I
it's
don't
just
think there
hard
is
to watch.
anything.
Yeah, it's hard. And I really feel so bad for these these parents, these kids, like just, or even the kids that are in the schools. Like, how do you go back to school?
Yeah. No. That's just
I
a
would
lot.
be too traumatized to go back to
I don't think I
school.
could go back into those doors. Like, you'd have to put me elsewhere. I couldn't the
No.
PTSD associated with that now.
Yeah, and just to think that, it's just the way it goes down. I just hope that I don't know if change the hearts of people or just something has to give. Because
Yeah.
it's exhausting just even constantly
Thinking
seeing it. Like seeing
yeah.
it's almost like a deep sense of grief for
Yeah.
the world.
Mhm.
Like it's just
It's emotionally and psychologically draining. Just
yeah,
emotionally draining.
and even just keeping yourself mentally okay because you really do have to focus on the fact that at the end of the day, um, you just have to be grateful for the moments that you do have and just
Yeah.
hope for more. And that's
Yeah.
really all that you could do. So yeah, the Jimmy Kimmel thing, I
Well, he's
wonder how
over.
ABC is gonna do after this.
I
He
don't
was
know.
a big thing.
I feel like I've seen it, like, I'm so used to seeing him that it's like, man, I don't even know what are
I
you
think they're
putting in his
gonna lose a
place?
lot of viewers. I think they're gonna
Yeah.
lose ABC on a whole. I think they're gonna lose a lot of support. Um,
Yeah.
and now what else is there
I
to
think it
watch?
also I mean, what is Kimmel's reaction gonna be to it? Because, I mean, honestly, he could play it respectable, or he could play it the way it kinda went down, and then I think
Listen,
people are
like
starting. I would keep my chin up and just keep on. Mhm. I just make sure I did better at the next thing than you could ever have offered me. Dick Cannon, he had 12 kids, and that's related to trauma. I got 10 kids, and they're the cause of my trauma. The man has, like, a $10 million insurance policy on his junk. He didn't go out and reproduce because of trauma. He's going out there flaunting it. He wants to reproduce. He wants to put his juice everywhere, and it has nothing to do with trauma. Do you know he had, like, 5 kids in 1 year?
boy got a
That's like some
basketball
TLC
team.
crap.
So he also said he was diagnosed with narcissism
No.
and
Really?
ADHD.
So the children are a product of his
Basically,
narcissism, not his trauma. I'm just saying.
child, I thought that was the craziest
I
thing.
think I first of all, you know what's really sad to me is that listen, it to each his own. Go out and make your kids, go out and say it's related to trauma, cause of trauma, whatever the hell you want to do, right? You don't have custody of these kids. All of these kids do not have a father present every single day. And I just feel like, are you saying that
How do
you
you
did it
split?
because of trauma, or are you causing your child's trauma?
Well, both of them, really. Like,
You know what I mean? It's like, and let's be real, the narcissism I can see. So I don't believe it's because of trauma. I believe it's because of the narcissism. Like, and I'm not even kidding. He really
well,
does.
most people,
For you to
most
have your dude insured, that's like a very like that's my thing, and I'm just gonna go spread its juices everywhere.
but this is the thing, most narcissists become narcissists because of trauma.
Well, I don't know. I feel like not necessarily. I know some that are just born that way. What
Well,
trauma? Well, it depends. What trauma is he trying to say that he's I
girl, he
mean, because
wasn't.
to each his own. I mean, somebody could be traumatized because at 3, their mother didn't give them a Kit Kat, and they could be sitting in therapy for decades because mommy didn't give me a Kit Kat when I was 3.
Let
Like,
me
what's the
look at the
trauma?
article again because I read it briefly. Um,
Well, let me see. He has kids. Who does
He
he
has
he's got
12 of them.
yeah. I know he had 5 and 1 that's wild.
I
5, but
remember
how
the
many
5
baby
in 1
mamas?
year.
I know he's got Mariah Carey. I know he's got how many baby mamas?
I wanna tell you 6 or 7. So
I
it's Mariah, Brittany Bell, Abby De La Rosa. She had twin boys. Alyssa Scott, she had twins with him too. He had 3 kids. How did they all have twins? Do you think they were doing, fertility treatments? There's a model named Lanisha Cole. I can't remember it first of all the kids he have is so hard to keep up with. Nick Cannon be having so much going on.
yeah.
Did
He's the
you see Cardi B announced that she is
he's
officially
pregnant.
pregnant?
Well, well, yes, I am. I'm having a baby with my boyfriend, Stefan Diggs.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. How are you feeling about that? And that this will be baby number 4 for you, Cardi.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm actually I'm excited. I'm happy. I feel like I'm in a good space. I feel very strong. I feel very powerful that I'm doing all this work, but I'm doing all this work while I'm creating a baby.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. The petty part of me is excited because I know Offset mad as hell. that first of all, she looks good.
Mhm.
She looks like she's in good spirits and she's happy. I think that first of all, she's a good mom. Like seeing how she parents, like through what we can see, it
Right.
seems as if she always makes sure she has people that are around, like family, to take care, like her mom, her sisters, her aunts. Like they're always in a
Not some
family
strangers taking
environment.
care of
And
yeah.
I love that because you don't see that all the time when it comes to celebrities. So I love the way that she still cares that still Latina Bronx energy
Yeah.
into what she does. I'm interested to see if her and Stefan really last long term. Not because I think she isn't good to him and he may not be a good guy. Because her and Offset really had kind of just broke up,
Mhm.
it just makes you curious that
I
is
don't even give it till the baby's born.
Ivory.
Just saying. I'm gonna call it. You heard it here first. Now we gotta be
Okay,
on a
Wendy
Cardi watch.
Williams. Okay, Wendy. Girl.
Not even till the baby's born. Watch, we're gonna do a Cardi B watch now. We're gonna add that little segment to the end of all of these because we're just gonna keep an eye out and see how her relationship is doing.
I mean, there was talks on the street that they were like having their issues before, but do we know if
Well,
that
they
was
gotta
true?
be. How far along is she now?
She said she's going on tour in February and she will be having her baby before that. So I'm thinking December.
What month are we in?
Hell, what, September?
She's 6 months pregnant already?
Or further than that. She looked big and pregnant when we saw her in court.
Yeah.
She looked like she minimum and that was what,
I
3
would yeah.
months ago?
I would say
She
5, 6.
looked at least
She's not
6 to
it's
7
not
months.
she's definitely no. I still don't think she'll make it to the baby's born. She definitely ain't gonna make it on tour.
I think she'll make it on tour.
I mean, I think she'll make it on tour, not with him. She won't make it to the baby's born.
Friend, we
But
gonna have
watch,
to wait and
December,
see. You
January,
probably
watch.
right.
Someone said I thought her belly was fake. I didn't think it was fake.
No, I
I
had a
know.
feeling she was just hiding the pregnancy because Cardi is known for hiding it. So
Yeah.
that it to me, she was trying to keep it under wraps. Because I
Mhm.
also think it probably had more to do with her record label and because they probably like, "Girl, sit your ass down and stop getting knocked up."
Mhm.
I'm sure
Possibly.
they're thinking, "You need to stop."
Yeah, I know. Give it a break. Can we get some work done?
That's what I was thinking, which is why I think part of the reason why she would've been trying to keep it under wraps.
Yeah.
It's just that it's so the optics of it, and she doesn't want it to be perceived as that's stopping her from doing what she's doing.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I think, like, it has a lot to do with all of that. But at the end of the day, I feel like she has always thrived in her career,
Mhm.
right? She's good at what she does. And I think that she has enough family support to where she's able to. I think if she didn't have the family support that she had, she probably
It'd be a lot
wouldn't be able
harder.
to.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah.
think she'll be fine. But I think it's very interesting that you think her and Stefan won't at least
I
make
don't
it.
think. I know. We'll see.
But you know what? I would feel really crispy if I was her and I had a baby by him. I ended up being just a baby mama for Stefan Diggs, and you're Cardi B. This is not like you are just Lisa down the block.
Yep.
You like I would feel kind of like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm hoping that's not what happens. I have a feeling you're probably right.
We'll see.
I am not happy about that. You're probably onto something.
Say it again. I didn't hear you. Say it one more time. What'd you say?
I'm not repeating it.
Mic check. Mic check. What'd you say? Repeat. Repeat. 10-4
I
over and
am
out.
not
Repeat.
repeating it. But
I
once
feel like she said I might be onto something.
okay, one more for the 1-2.
I'm gonna pee my pants. Stop it. My mommy bladder can't handle it.
I am telling you,
Hit
that
me,
legit made my
one more.
week. Man, I'm glad at least you got a viral video out of that, honey.
I wonder if it was enough to pay for that car. That's funny. That's an insurance claim not gone through.
And you actually posted it, so it really ain't helping.
I can't. Oh,
Hey, I really hope you got a check for that. But the way TikTok be acting, sometimes the
they
check
didn't. They
be.
got nothing from it the way TikTok's acting now. You know it. Doesn't matter how viral you go.
I've been getting lucky this last week.
Mm, mm.
Last
TikTok
month I
doesn't
was
matter.
lucky, but it's weird. It's funky. The algorithm is funky.
First of all, I feel like there is no algorithm. It's just freaking possessed. Number one. Number two, we're gonna act like I'm not getting. Well, my problems might be because of, you know, my lack of filter.
Having to have a filter online is not easy.
I'm telling you, I got no filter, and then people are gonna come at me and report me every other day because they don't like what I say because I don't have that right to say whatever the hell I want to. And then on top of that, you got a possessed algorithm. Oh man, I'm about to go join True Social with what's his face. What's his dude? I'm running out of options here, man. I'm sinking.
And YouTube is something else because
YouTube land,
well, I
listen.
knew me coming off of YouTube for a while, I knew it was going to mess up my algorithm. But I just knew that I needed to do it for myself
I did too. I know that
for
was
a
a big
little
thing
bit.
with me. I had to
Um,
take a break,
yeah, I
but
knew I
it
had
did not
to.
like my break, and yeah,
No, I knew that. I knew that. And I was kind of anticipating that. But I feel like I'm back and I'm just working it out.
you
I do
feel
feel
like
like we need to do
you
more
did, but you're
live.
back. You're back. You're back. Me, I'm back. I'm here. I just wish people would see that I'm back.
Girl,
But
I think we
nonetheless,
should go live more often.
yeah, I feel like that's my thing is I used to go live all the time, and I haven't in a minute. So
And I
you
feel like
know,
we should so much.
I
But it's
got
about to get
I have to get my
cold.
rhythm back.
It's about to get cold. We about to be in a house.
Yeah, I know. Seriously, that's honestly that's when I did my best was when I was stuck in a house with kids and locked myself.
Girl, I already know.
So yeah.
I already know. But all right.
Well,
It's
it's been an evening, Nina.
that was what the soft and savage.
Am I the soft?
It's the soft and the savage, the
Just kidding.
podcast.
I don't. I who that's something about wait. I'm
All
gonna
right.
write it down on my hand there. I'll write it down on my
Child, she cannot get it together. This is a hot mess.
listen, I got a lot going
We'll
on
get
up here.
better though. We'll get it. We will get it one day. But all right, y'all.
All right, guys,
Yes.
it's been real. Nina,
We'll see you
I'll
guys
see you
next
next
week
week.
because we never know how it's gonna end up.
We don't. See you
We
guys
don't.
later.
Bye.